Choosing to donate your organs is a decision that can save lives. But as our Jamie Sherrod is here to tell us, it's not always an easy one for some communities. Jamie?
Yeah, Janice, tomorrow marks the start of National Minority Donor Awareness Month. We're told Black and brown communities are less likely to choose to donate their organs due to misconceptions and mistrust.
The fact of the matter is that 17 people die every day in the United States waiting for an organ transplant.
Dory Dills is the president and CEO of Gift of Life Michigan, an organization that connects those in need of vital organ and tissue transplants with donors. But she says those who are most likely to be affected aren't signing up.
A good percentage of the national waiting list is made up of minority communities. Minorities are more likely to be affected by diseases that result in organ failure, particularly kidney failure.
That also includes diseases like diabetes and high blood pressure. But why are minorities more hesitant to donate their organs? She says one of those reasons is a history of medical mistrust.
And for good reason, right? There have been issues in the past that have created distrust in the healthcare system as a whole, and transplant and donation, unfortunately, are affected by those. And that's why it's important for us to address those trust issues.
As well as misconceptions like believing it will affect their quality of care.
Some people think that should something happen to them and they're presented into the emergency room, that doctors might not work to save their life if they're signed up to be an organ donor. And that's simply not true.
She says physicians do not have access to registry information. That isn't available until a patient is imminently dying or after they've already passed away. Another misconception is that becoming an organ donor will affect their funeral arrangements.
That they might not be able to have the funeral that their family would want to have. And again, that's not true. The family can have whatever funeral arrangements they want to have, whether donation exists or not.
And lastly, that it might cost them money.
There's no cost to the donor or the donor's family for becoming an organ or tissue donor.
According to Gift of Life Michigan, there are 104,000 people who are waiting for a life-saving transplant, and about 60% of them are either Black, Hispanic, or Asian Pacific. Here in Michigan, just over 2,400 people are waiting for an organ transplant, and about 40% of those are either African American, Hispanic, or Middle Eastern descent.
They have a greater opportunity to help someone that looks like them. And there are better matches for minority patients to get an organ from a minority donor.
If you are uncomfortable with signing up to be added to the donor registry, Gift of Life encourages you to discuss your plans with family so that they can make that decision if needed. For more information or to become a donor, you can find a link on our website. I'm Jamie Sherrod, Fox 17 News.